What up, pizza? It's your girl, K-Cee Deeva here. As you can see, I am outside in this
Mm,
beautiful weather, this
yes.
beautiful sunny northwest day. We've had a heat wave all up and down the West
Oh
Coast.
gosh.
It's
Yes.
been like, what was the high yesterday? I think like 111. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Some areas hit high.
crazy.
Some areas hit one
Well,
eleven, 110. Yeah. Oh
110,
yeah. Oh yeah.
106. Ooh, man.
Mm. It was
So
a
I
nightmare.
decided to do the show outside today because it's still about 90 in my place because it just hadn't quite calmed down. But I'm on my deck. It's very peaceful
Looks
I
nice.
get a nice view of the water and it's nice. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
How
It
you
is.
doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm real good.
Looking
Cooled
good as
down
always.
finally. Thank you. So are you.
Thank you.
I've cooled down quite a bit. My upstairs is not like an oven anymore,
Mhm.
thankfully. But I mean I had fans and AC running in the house, but it's like when you stepped outside, it was just like, oh, it was a
Mm.
whole nother ball game. So I was
Even
just
in
like,
the
oof.
house, it's like the AC was struggling just trying to keep up with the heat.
It was. It
All right.
was.
Anyway.
I saw lines. I remember somebody posted online just a picture of like McDonald's and Wendy's drive-throughs, and they had like lines that were spilling out into the street because
Yeah,
nobody
because
wanted to
people
cook.
wouldn't try. Nobody wanted to cook. Nobody wanted to. No,
Mm-mm.
no way. No
Way
way.
too hot. Way too hot.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I just stuck with
Mm-mm.
cold stuff. Salads,
Yeah.
sandwich, fruit,
Yep.
stuff that I
Yep.
didn't have to turn any appliance on whatsoever.
Yes. Exactly. So same
All
here.
right. Well, speaking of heating things up,
Woo.
let's kick off this show. If you're just tuning in, it is Afterthoughts, 90 Day Fiance, WTF moments, top WTF
Mm-hmm.
moments with myself, K-Cee Deeva, and Anthony Adams.
Thank you.
And we got a lot to talk about.
Do we ever? Oh Lord. Where
I'm
do
gonna
you want to
I'm gonna
start?
start. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
start. I'm gonna start with Julia and Brandon. Julia, is anxious to get out of off the farm. She's tired of the farm. She's tired of poop, scooping poop and chicken feeding chickens at 4 a.m. and all the stuff that his parents have them do.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been looking for a place. So good for them. They're like, you know what? We're gonna start looking for our own place. They
Mm-hmm.
broke the news last week to the parents, and the parents were not happy. The dad was just like, "Well, fine then." I'm like, "Come on, let the boy grow up." Like,
Yes.
okay, you know, he's grown. He's married now. Let him go. So they go
Mm-hmm.
out. The first place they look at was like 3 bedroom, beautiful place, but way out
Mm-hmm.
of his budget,
Mm-hmm.
and she pouted because she wanted the place, and he's like, "It's the first one we looked at. Let's look at some more. Let's look at something more affordable."
Mm-hmm.
Then she
Mm-hmm.
says, "Well, I need to get a job. If I want a nice place, I need to get a job too."
Yes.
Well, Anthony, we know that she was a dancer over in Russia, right? Where she
She
was
was a
from.
go-go dancer. That is
She was
correct.
a dancer.
Yes.
So she goes to the local gym and says, "I saw you had an advertisement. You want a dance instructor?" And the guy says, "Sure, okay, let's do it. Show me what you got." So she goes and pulls out of her bag some stripper heels,
The Clear Hills. Oh
the clear
God.
tall heels, the Diamond War and Players Club,
Oh
and
man.
starts to perform for the guy. And the guy, you can tell he's got a mask on, because COVID, and you could tell he's doing everything in him not to burst out laughing. I'm like,
Mm-hmm. He's trying his best not to blush because it was getting too hot in there for
I mean,
him.
she's twisting and grinding and hitting the floor and
Mm.
doing all the things. And at the end, he says to her, "What? Great, you have great technique, great style, but we've got old ladies and they hit the floor. Probably not gonna work."
They can drop it like it's hot, but they can't pick it back up.
Right. They can drop it, it's gonna get stuck there. So
Oh, I'm sitting there going, she about to have somebody throw a hip out or twist a knee. It's gonna get to the point to where Ben Gang gonna be able to solve no problems if you in there teaching them moves. But can we talk about when the guy she was interviewing with paused when she took out the heels and put them on for a second? He was really mid conversation. All of a sudden he paused and saw her take out the heels. He's like, oh. And he starts seeing her. He's looking around, going, "Oh, it's that kind of routine." Oh,
Yeah, this is what we're
okay,
doing. Okay.
okay. He's thinking she's going to do maybe some sort of like aerobics instruction or some sort of simple choreographed dance. Nope, she's doing pole fitness
Well,
moves.
he did say dance, so I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't clarify. So, but you know what?
Oh,
Kudos to her. She knows what she wants. She's like, I got to contribute to the budget. She's
yeah.
trying to do what she's good at.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Ray Ray's down the street could be hiring pretty soon, and they might be looking for some pole dancers. Okay, let me quit. All right, so that was Brandon and Julia. Who do I have next? So we
Oh,
do.
let's talk about Yara for a second.
Okay, so I got
Just acting,
Princess Yara.
just acting all arrogant. And look, we get it. You just had a baby and everything. And Jovi's at sea. He's stuck out there because of COVID and everything. That's understandable. And you want to have a bigger place because the lease is up. You just got the bad news. Jovi's going to be gone for another 3 weeks. Okay. And, Yara, of course, just became a mom and she's doing her best to try to pack up the house. Well, that's what she told Jovi's mom and his grandmother. They get to the place and all they see are boxes just stacked, but she ain't packed nothing. What made it worse, the movers were coming in like an hour.
She hadn't packed as much as a shoe.
Nothing.
And she's sitting there rocking the baby like, well, what do you expect me to do? What am I supposed to do? And the grandma, I love his grandma. The grandma was like, okay, but don't get used to it.
Exactly.
You're sitting over there like a princess, but don't get used to it. I
And she had
just
a
can't
little smirk
stand
on
it.
her
I
face
can't stand
too.
it. What is it though? I'm seeing a pattern, okay? I'm seeing a pattern.
Uh-huh.
All these women are from the same area and they're all very like bratty,
Mm-hmm.
temper tantrum. I want my way. I want to
Mm-hmm.
spend all this money that we don't have. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, fellas, are you not seeing a pattern? Maybe
She's
pick from a
following
different pool. That's all I'm saying.
the blueprint that was laid down by Anfisa. Come on.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
she had the nerve to say, I have dreams and aspirations. I said your dreams and aspirations went out the window when you said the two words, I do. Okay? Yeah, that went out the window. Okay? So you're gonna have to
Right.
just I'm not saying settle for what's there, but you're gonna have to make do with what you got. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Jovi makes money, but
Yeah.
look how long he's gone. Okay.
Right.
So
I want you here. I
come
want you here.
on.
Okay, then who's gonna pay for this nice apartment you just bought, or house or whatever she just bought? Was it a house?
Oh, it was an
She's
apartment.
renting, but
It was an apartment, and
it
it
looked
makes
like
it
a huge
worse.
house.
What? It wasn't.
That was a house.
That was a house, really?
That was a house because the mom was like, "Oh, it's a nice big house."
Oh, and it's out of the
In
city too. And
and it's
his
on the
mom,
countryside.
yeah. And the
Yes,
mom was like,
yes,
she's wondering how Jovi's going to take it because
yep.
he likes to live in the city and
Jovi's a
everything.
partier. He wants to be
Yeah.
near the bars, and I knew it. I called it. I said, as I was watching the show, I tweeted. I was like, Joey's gonna come back. They're gonna be way out in the country somewhere because she doesn't want him anywhere near that life anymore.
Nope. And
And
and, and it's
she told me she didn't care what she thought. She's gonna pick a place, and that's that.
yeah. And listen, it's understandable. I mean, look, I get it. You want to go out and have your fun. That's fine. But when you start a family, there are certain things you have to give up. And one of those things is going out to the clubs on the
Your
weekends,
freedom.
partying. Yeah. Going out
Chin chin.
and exactly acting like a bachelor and everything. It's like that kind of, yeah, you got to
Those
limit that,
days are
man.
over.
Yeah, you have a child, you have responsibilities. So, but we'll see how that's going to play out. I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out.
That's gonna be
So,
interesting. Okay, moving right
mm-hmm.
along. Let's talk about Mike and Natalie. Speaking of train wreck Russian
Oh. Mm, mm.
Barbie dolls. Yeah, Mike and Natalie.
Oh.
So Natalie, in her typical fashion,
Mm-hmm.
um, well, she has a friend. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
first I thought, good, she finally has a friend. She met a woman online, another Russian woman online.
Mm-hmm.
They instantly hit it off. So she has a friend in Washington now. The friend invited her over to dinner, and
Mm-hmm.
while they're getting ready, she's telling her about how she, needs to have this nose surgery because she something about she can't breathe at night or something. So then she wakes up and she can't breathe out of her nose or something.
I think it's a
Anyway,
deviated septum,
give you
is
it
what that's called.
something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think you pointed out when we were watching the show and that a lot of Hollywood actors had a deviated septum, right?
Exactly.
Which is code for nose job.
In the 2000s, as getting the deviated septum, and everybody was going to get this surgery. And I'm like, what is a deviated? People are using it as an excuse to get nose jobs and everything. And I'm just like,
Yes,
no, stop.
yes.
So it's like, stop. Stop. Why are you trying to get it? Why are you trying to have this surgery? You don't need it. Okay.
And if I
Can you, is
remember,
your breathing really that bad at night?
I feel like in shows past, I was thinking about this. I feel like she mentioned a bunch of work she wanted to do that she wanted to change, but I could be wrong. Maybe I mixed her up with someone else, but I could have sworn at one point in time she talked about she wanted to do some different things, like with her face and whatever. I don't know.
Well, she clearly does not look like the old Natalie already. I mean, when they posted that picture of her in her past, I was like, "There's no way
She
that's
looks
her.
very different.
That
Yeah,
is not her at
yeah,
all."
yeah. So she's done something,
She's done
but
a few things.
anywho, so she makes the surgery appointment, but she doesn't tell Mike about it. And guess who has to pay for this expensive surgery? And she didn't even, the clincher was she didn't even know how much it's going to cost, but she went ahead and said, okay, let's book it. Who does that? And who does that?
Something tell me she's gonna end up in a back room somewhere.
She gonna end up, where's she going? Brazil? Like,
She going. So
where's she going for this
some
surgery?
tell me she gonna go downstairs into a little dark tunnel apartment and go in where somebody got it set up. And they talk about they know what they doing when they got the little fake degree online or they photoshopped it saying they certified everything. And next thing you know, you come out and your nose
You're knocked
looking
out
like this.
cold.
You knocked out cold. Your nose is like pushed to the side like this. Okay, you come out looking like Steve Martin in what was that movie where he had a long nose? You gonna come out looking like that? Oh
Right,
no,
right,
well, no,
right,
what was it? It was a Problem Child too when she
right.
came
Problem
when
child too.
exactly came out with a long Pinocchio looking nose.
Mm-hmm.
See, these are things
Well,
you research. Who is your doctor? Where's your consultation? How much is this gonna cost you?
she was
These are
too
the
busy
things you
trying to hide it from
research.
Mike because she knew he would complain about the price. So, you know, I guess we'll find out.
And once again, you ask a question: who paid for? How you expect to pay for this surgery?
And
You
I'm
don't
doing a
have no
comparison.
American money.
I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm doing a side by side comparison. When she gets that surgery done,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
pulling some old pictures. We're gonna see if that nose is different looking.
I'm gonna be like Kanye. I miss the old Natalie, the before she met Mike Natalie, just to poke fun at it.
Anyway, all right, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
What other train wreck are we talking about?
Oh, you want to go Andre and Libby, or you want to
Yeah, let's
go?
do Andre and Libby. Let's save the
Okay,
best for last.
two of the best for last. Oh yeah,
Oh,
Andre and Libby. Oh
yeah, Andre and Libby. They kind of, I don't know. I'm just over Andre. I just think
yeah.
he's just such a, he's just so clearly trying to force his way instead of sitting back and
Mm-hmm.
paying his dues and learning the
Yes.
family business and easing
Mm-hmm.
his way in so he doesn't offend the siblings.
Mm-hmm.
He's going in like a freaking pit bull, like he won't let it go and he wants to get close to Chuck and he starts talking to Chuck about business when Chuck clearly said, I don't
Does
want to
not
talk
want to talk about.
business. The dad
Yes.
was like, I don't want to talk business on this trip. So of course, Becky gets all in her feelings and they go back and
Mm-hmm.
forth. And then they end up at the house and
Mm-hmm. They rented for the night because they all needed a break from each other
they
because
all need to get away from the RV.
that is a
And
16
unfortunately,
hour.
that morning, there was a little spill.
Yes.
Poor little baby. What's the baby's name?
I forget what the baby's name is, but oh jeez. Yeah, that yeah.
Daddy
He
Andre was supposed to be watching her and wasn't.
and when he ran to the bathroom for a second, and he thought because the family was there, oh, they'll just take care of her for me while I run to the restroom real fast. Okay. And next thing we know, we hear them arguing because it turns out the baby was going up the stairs by herself and she fell back, but thankfully Libby was there to catch her.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And ooh,
Now I get it. I get him. I get it when he says, she's around family. I figured somebody would, okay, I
yeah,
get that, but you gotta let them know, because if everybody's doing their own thing and they aren't paying attention,
Mm-hmm.
because there's other kids there too.
Yeah.
They don't know that, what I'm saying? Nobody had noticed that she was by herself. He should have said, "Hey guys,
Mm.
can somebody watch her right quick? I need to go to the restroom." That's all he had to say.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong
You
with that.
know.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
the thing is, okay, so he screwed up. I can
mm-hmm.
I can deal with that, but at least own up to it. He starts trying to blame Libby.
He did. He did not own up to it at all. I mean, first of all, that already gives me parental paranoia, just stuff like that. Especially with when my daughter used to go up and down the stairs when she's learned how the stairs work. Oh, I used to hate that, and I would try to like gate it off as much as I can. But still, it's just. But take ownership for it. Like if my daughter fell on the stairs, that was on, and she was in my care. That was on me. Yes, that was on me. She fell off the couch one time. That was my fault. That was my
Yeah,
fault. Granted, other people in the house, but that was my fault. She was my responsibility at that time. That was nobody's fault but mine. I had to take
yeah,
responsibility for it. When you don't take responsibility, that's when you look more like, excuse my language, the jackass.
right,
Because
right.
it's like you said, had he just come forward and said, look, I messed up. I ran to the bathroom. I thought it was going to be real quick and everything. I didn't know that was going to happen. Fine. We can move forward.
Right,
We just know what to do for next time. But
right.
you trying to blame your wife when she literally asked you to watch y'all's child.
So she could like have some moments. What's bothering me, and
Mm,
we'll get to Ronald and Tiffany in a moment, because I
yes.
see another pattern I see with the guys that are from other countries is everything is on the woman. You
Yes.
know, everything's on the woman. Well, that's your job. Well, you're supposed to watch the kid. I mean, Libby. If you look at Libby like a couple of years ago, and
Oh
then
yeah.
now, like, she looks worn out, wiped out, haggard,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
tired all the time.
Mm-hmm.
She's exhausted because he's not, he just makes her do everything, you know.
I
Um,
mean, that's literally the equivalent of you asking me to cook dinner, I burn it, and then I blame you. You don't know.
exactly.
Oh, it's just Andre's just so ass backwards sometimes.
He really is.
He
He
is.
really is. I tried
Yeah.
to like him at one point, and I have no respect for him. I don't like the way he
Yeah.
does things, and that's what the siblings are trying to explain to the dad. The dad
Mm,
he's only doing it for Libby's sake. I know that's why
mm,
he's doing it. He loves his daughter,
mm,
but you know, I think
mm-hmm.
it's a big mistake to let him anywhere near the family business. Personally, I don't trust
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. I
I
don't
don't
trust him
trust him.
either. Yeah. Yeah. He's giving you
So,
chance
and
after
I don't blame
chance, dude.
Yeah, and I don't blame the siblings. I don't blame the siblings for
Mm,
being protective, and I mean that's their livelihood as well. You
mm,
know,
yeah.
so
All right, we'll have to see what happens. So, because
we'll see what happens.
they're still not in Baltimore yet.
Still more road tripping. All right,
Mm-hmm.
let's go way across to the continent of Africa,
We're
where
going. We're
Ronald
going. Yes, I was saying we're going north.
and
We're going south. Let's go to South
oh well,
Africa.
wait, where are they? Are they in Johannesburg?
I believe they're in Johannesburg. Yeah.
They're in Johannesburg. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so
Mm,
Tiffany and the little baby
mm,
and son, who was by another
mm-hmm.
dad, all made
Yes.
it to Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm.
Ronald did the whole big to do with the apartment, and it actually looked nice.
It
He
did.
even went as far as to build a room for the kid, which of course Tiffany was like, "Wait a minute, we're only staying a little while. Like, why'd you go through all this expense?"
Yeah.
Well, she didn't hear what we heard last week.
But he said I'll force her to stay. Yeah. Good luck.
Right. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'll let you talk about their experience so far. Let's talk
Oh.
about the poopy diaper,
Oh. Okay. We'll get to the poopy diaper, but
the grocery shopping. That was a trip. How he ran out of money
first,
when I got to
let's get to
the
or
till.
there was. He ran, yeah, gets to the till and then runs out of money, and then it's like he's putting stuff in there that we've never heard before, and and then makes her pay for it. So she's already tired. She's already jet lagged from from that flight. That's a 15-hour plus flight, two kids, and now she's got to pay for stuff, and then on top of her husband is being a jerk to her, who's really not, taking this seriously, that she's there, doesn't understand that he's privileged to have them there. And then it gets to the point to where the daughter needs a diaper change. But she's pooped. And Ronald does not want to change a poopy diaper. And she's like, are you serious right now? And he's like, the one thing I will not do, I will not change a poopy diaper. I'm like, what relationship where y'all have a kid, you get to say what diaper you not gonna change, and
what he said
the
was,
spouse says
"That's
it's
your
okay."
job." He said that's her job.
Once again, what relationship where you have a child, you can say that's your job and the spouse is okay with that?
Well, and and then he made a comment. Well, if it was a boy, it'd be different. But with a girl, you got to clean on the. It's your daughter. You got to learn how to do that anyway. At some point,
boys are more messier sometimes than changing a diaper than girls.
I just, again, he's another one. He's in the Andre category for me.
Yes.
He's just, Tiffany. She looks worn out, tired. She's like, I just want 5 minutes to do my makeup and not have to, be bothered or whatever. He can't even give me that. He's not helping her at all.
Mm-hmm.
And her mom said something very crucial before she left. She said, I hope you use this time to see whether or not you really want to, now's the time to see you want to be with this guy, like forever.
Yeah.
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 It's.
I got a feeling it ain't gonna last. I'm calling it right now. It's not going. She's going to filing for divorce.
I think I think that he's gonna be insistent on staying, in Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's gonna be like, no, I want to go back to the States.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting.
It is going. It's going to be very interesting. So we definitely keep an eye out for them. All right, let's get to the main topic.
A main event. I need a little bell.
Ding ding.
So Miss Angela. Now, Angela, after one of my posts, I did. For those who don't know, we tweet during the show. Anthony and I do. Stay tuned because we're gonna have an actual Afterthoughts WTF 90 Day Fiance Twitter page pretty soon. Later this week, we'll have that up and going. And anyway, right now we both have our Twitter pages and we tweet simultaneously during the show.
We do.
So I tweeted, and Angela was coming on last, and I tweeted a picture of this meme, a guy eating popcorn. I said, "Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this." And you know what they say: any kind of PR is good PR. But publicity is publicity. But I get a comment from someone who saw my tweet, and they're offended because they feel like bullying shouldn't be entertaining, and and I'm like, Angela's a bully, and it shouldn't be something that's entertaining, and I'm just kind of reading this going, is this person for real? Okay, first of all, all these people, last time I checked, are grown ass folks. Okay.
Yes.
So if Michael chooses to allow himself to be quote unquote bullied by Angela, that's on him. He's 33 years old. He can say goodbye, divorce, don't want to be bothered, whatever. But we all know Michael's thirsty for that green card, so he's putting up with all her crap to till he gets to the States. However, after this last rant that she went on, it's like he's kind of, he's getting a little backbone. What you think, Anthony?
Well, for finally standing up and saying, you know what, I ain't gonna sit here and just let you talk to me any old type of way no more. Okay. So round of applause for him on that. Okay, cool. Now, as it pertains to the person that had nothing else better to do with their time than to try to give you a hard time, which is something they should not do, because I've seen you go off on people, and it's not a pretty sight.
They don't want that.
They don't want to smoke with you. I mean, listen, you said it. They signed up for this show. When you put your life on public display, you allow people to critique it.
Exactly.
That's all we're doing. If you want to stop encouraging bullying, I have a great idea. tweet TLC and tell them to take the show off the air. Please don't do this, TLC. Please don't,
But,
because then we won't have nothing to talk about. I'm just saying. But still.
here's what's funny though. So I go look at the person's page, and they've been tweeting about this show for quite some time. So guess what? That means you're watching the show. So if you're so upset, then why are you watching the show?
Yes. Yes. You see
I'm
this
just
right
saying.
here? You see this right
I'm
here?
gonna leave it there.
You see this right here? It's called a remote. You see that channel up, channel up, channel down button? Change the channel and stop watching it. It's that
Thank
simple.
you. Thank you. So anyway, okay. So Angela and so Michael, they show Michael now.
Mm-hmm.
He gets with his homeboys. Now, if you remember a couple seasons ago, Angela was real nasty with his friends, and she was just being Angela, and they just basically let her know that they don't like her. So he got the one friend he didn't talk to, like didn't invite him to the wedding and the whole thing. He gets together with the whole group, all his boys, and he's like, "Well, we broke up," and they're like, "Wait, what?" And it was a typical kind of guy conversation, and in the interviews, I mean, they're all like, you know what, yeah, he just needs to let it go. He stopped hanging out with them because they called her grandma. She's a grandma, she's not attractive, and all this kind of stuff, and they're just like, why are you even bothering, dealing with this? But I don't know. I think Michael's thirsty for the green card. I don't think he'll call it quits. I think he'll put up with it till he gets to the States. He might stick it out for 6 months, even a year, and then we're going to hear that they broke up. Because the thing is, when keep in mind what they don't realize is once you bring somebody over here, you're responsible for them for 10 years financially. So even if you break up, and I think there's some loopholes, like if they cheat and there's something else, or if you have to prove that they were just using you to get here for a green card.
Yeah.
Those are the couple rules. There's something else I'm forgetting, but then that's then you're okay. You can be exempt from that. Otherwise, they're your responsibility for 10 years.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think so too. I think Mike's going to stick it out. He wants that green card. He wants to come because he wants to get out of Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I'll say this though, it amazes me that he's never at least been over here on vacation. Because last time I checked, all you need is a passport really to come over here, and not and have a clean criminal record. He could have at least came over on vacation.
Who knows with these shows, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's like it just something. I always find that interesting when people who have been on the show do not come over here at least for a little bit of vacation. Because, like I said, unless some things have changed, I'm pretty sure that all you need is a passport and an airline ticket to come over here and a clean record, and that's it. I'm just saying.
Well, you also need money.
Yeah, money. But I'm just saying, if Angela got a place for him to stay, all she gotta do is just send him an airline ticket. But I see what you're saying there too. Yeah. That's true. Very true. Might be something there.
Well,
I'm just saying though. I'm saying I just always find that interesting. It's like y'all can at least come over here for like a week vacation. I'm just saying. So
yeah, because they go all this time without seeing the people. All they gotta do is just say, "Hey, here's a ticket. Come hang out for a week."
Tom apparently does it all the time.
Yeah,
Darcy's ex. He apparently does it all the time. There's been pictures of him coming to New York and hanging out with what's his name? That was on the season of Before the 90 Days.
Jesse?
Yeah, no, not Jesse. The dude from North Carolina that has the girl in like Puerto Rico or Cuba, I think, or Colombia, and he's friends with. He's on Pillow Talk with his ex. Yeah.
They're
so,
on again.
Tom can come over here, so apparently, so I don't know what's stopping everybody else. So, but then again, Tom does have money, so I will say that.
So. Tom got a little change.
Tom got nice little money. Tom be walking around them $500 shoes and everything. So yes,
Tom's a hot mess, but that's a whole nother story. All right, well, we're just about out of time. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And we're going to take a little bit of a hiatus because next week there's no 90 Day Fiance. So we're going to take a break as well. And
Boo.
I guess we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
2. Count them. 2. As my dad say in
Yeah,
the military.
where am
My
I
dad.
camera?
My dad. Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
You got 2. Count them. 2 weeks to get caught up on all the 90 day before we come back. Okay. No
Yes.
excuses. The show is on demand. It's on Discovery Plus. No excuses, y'all. Come on.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna leave you all with this.